FoCuS looking strong as ever today. In online competitions, this man can be relied upon. Spawning towards the left of Echo Isles. In the blue, it is FoCuS. And on the right, in the red, is MichaeL. I don't think I can say MichaeL every time, dude. In the red, yeah. Playing a Fiend opening. I haven't seen that in a long ass time. Normally it's Tet Fiends every time nowadays. Fast DK into delayed Fiends. This is the old school build. Fiends instantly, but delayed hero. Comes with the advantage of being able to creep pretty quickly with 2 Fiends, 3 Fiends. But has the disadvantage of having the hero out later. And the tech also later. Blade Master again. Huh. FoCuS really not a fan of the Farseer apparently in this matchup. So fond of the Spellcaster hero, the Farseer against human, but here it's the Blade Master the 3rd out of 3 times. As we saw him earlier already against Sheik, where he looked really strong. Really strong as always. Can be said for FoCuS in online competitions at least. Offline, he sometimes falters. To be honest, more than just sometimes, unfortunately. MichaeL, he is less so consistent. He has those times where he's performing really well online. We haven't really seen him do so well offline since his return, basically. But some online competitions... Oh, wait, I did forget about one. It was the next team event where MichaeL did really well with his team. I think he was with Lin and someone, right? That weird team tournament where everything was best of 1. You guys remember?
A player's forces are under attack.
Blade Master creeping the whole camp. That's a little bit unusual. Normally it's claws and then running into the middle right away. And the second pair of claws already in the shop. How nice. Blade Master's gonna grab that up easy. Claws are way too cheap. 125 gold only for this item is like ridiculous. Oh! The skeleton actually messes up the creeps a little bit, so the Blade Master's taking additional damage now, but it's okay. Sells the Scroll of the Beast right away.
A player's forces are under attack.
That item can be really, really good. Destroyers in this matchup are mostly crap nowadays. But okay. Gets a circlet instead. He's kind of slot starved anyways, I guess. Grunt looking for what's going on. And now the 2 level 2 heroes will meet and fight over the Ogre Magi, most likely. Oh, no, never mind. Actually, MichaeL changes course, going towards the middle. And FoCuS gonna let him go. He's like, alright, great. You take the middle, I take the Ogre Magi. But MichaeL moving so far out to creep, he's gonna be able to take 1 camp. Maybe even 2. But then he's gonna be out of Rod of Necromancy. Interesting. Speed scroll over by the blade. Oh my god, this Blade Master already. Ooh! Typical Echo Isles Blade Master, I guess. Oh, and the speed scroll timing was perfect! Last hit to the blade. Item though to MichaeL. It was only a ring anyways. Blade didn't want that. And the ensnare's coming in. This could be a 4 units around here if he wants it. A little sloppy. Without the 4 units around, the Fiend may survive. Just kidding. Too much damage from the blade. MichaeL couldn't save the Fiend. The coil was almost ready, but not quite ready. But without the crit, I think MichaeL can save that Fiend. And then not going for the surround would have been a bit of a mistake. Oh, again, the Blade Master timing. It's so ridiculous. Oh my god! Gets the steal. Gets the level 3. And that's so much damage now. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. Maybe he doesn't get the Fiend kill, but he drains all of the mana from the DK. Yeah, that's great. That's great for FoCuS. Tier 2 done, Shadow coming. Tier 3 on the way, and Bestiary. This is the norm. On MichaeL's side, we have the Lich, second, of course. And Borrow before Tier 3. Should be a Tier 3, though, shortly following.
A player's forces are under attack.
There we go. So, pretty standard. The opening by MichaeL, slightly unusual for today's meta. With the late hero and the late tech. But other than that, everything completely the norm. And this early level 3 blade is so nice. He actually doesn't have that much mana anymore, so it's not that easy to consistently stock. And MichaeL's just afraid of a potential level 2 Shadowhunter aggressive play. Some orcs do this. FoCuS really, really, really rarely does this though. Ring +4 is nice for the TC, but not that great. There's certainly better items there. Oh, and the blade steals the Renegade with all of his bonus damage. Does kind of get perma-bashed, but not perma-bashed enough. Oh, and he just barely makes it away. Dude, this Blade Master timing, it's just so razor thin, working out really well. It's a little bit lucky, a little bit by FoCuS that everything's working out, but it's also really good play. And now he's like 2 full levels ahead. It's insane. Oh my god, he's gonna be level 3 Shadow after this. This is the magic triangle. This camp, plus this camp, plus this camp is level 3. If I could draw a triangle on the minimap like in Dota, I would do it. No, Blade Master, don't steal the experience! You're destroying the magic triangle! You jerk! It would have been level 3, guys, I promise. Blade Master jerk. So tier 3 is here. We have the TC on the way. Early Warmill, meaning early Kodo. But first, Orb of Lightning Go. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is gonna be a tank Tauren, boys. Alright, let's see. He starts with 2 armor, right?
A player's forces are under attack.
Look at this. 13 armor TC. That's a beefy boy. Thank you very much, Bada92 with a 2-month resub for the triangle of experience. Thank you. It's the magic triangle though, bro. If we wanna be, you know, with the correct terminology, it's the magic triangle. Oh my god, this TC. What the hell? You should really solo create the TC here. Level 2 TC is a big upgrade, actually. Maybe busy with the Blade Master. Gonna get the statue. Doesn't even need to use the invul for the statue. Oh, man. Oh. Dude, FoCuS is owning him so hard. Another invul. This TC is never gonna die, is he? We do have Banshees, so that's good. And as far as losses go, MichaeL only lost a single statue. No, wait, he lost a Fiend as well earlier. Wait, did he lose the Fiend? Yes, to the Ensnare. Yes, he did. Lots of armor on the DK as well, by the way. Whoop, look at this. 13 armor for both these guys. It's gonna be 14 armor, though, on level 2 for the TC. Alright, what are you guys feeling? What's the drop gonna be? I think it's Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball. Oh, I knew it! Oh, I'm so smart. Scouting for the natural. No expansion here. This is not happy. So he doesn't play the instant expansion, the early expansion.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, he's not 3 base armor on level 2. I thought he was 3 base armor on level 2. Coil Nova to start things off on a Berserker, and that one doesn't even die. That's not a good start for Mr. MichaeL. And Snare on the DK could be surrounded here. Purge coming out, gets rid of the Frost armor. Quickly reapplied though. There's a lot of curse on this Orc army. TC Stomp is perfect after the silence wore off. But TP out, and actually nobody lost anything. Crystal Ball gets sold, Tiny Great Hall gets purchased, and boom! That's gonna be 2 base Orc. Tiny Great Hall is kind of a ridiculous item, right? I think this one is pretty good. We have the late game Walker transition on the way as well. The longer the game goes, the bigger the armies become. Orc actually wants to move away from melee and wants to go more into ranged. Lots of headhunters or berserkers and lots of walkers. Because destroyers are trash. The counter to Spiritling is of course Dispel. Only thing that can dispel for undead is destroyers, and destroyers are awful. So that's why late game you want to go for ranged to have the destroyer counter. And the Spiritling, which is so strong on heroes and on everything. Anyways, let's go. Next fight coming in, and this is a big army actually for MichaeL. This might be a way for him to win this game. He has to win this fight. This is all in, of course. But here we have Spiritling perfectly in time. Saves the one raider right there. First kill goes to the Orc. Oh, beautiful stomp. Dark Ranger forgot to use... Oh my god, the crits. Crits for 228. Almost takes out the Dark Ranger right there. Blade Master is cursed, though. He's missing a lot of these hits. TC out of mana for now. Dark Ranger, not level 2 yet. She's got like no experience. It seems like MichaeL is just not finding any kills. Finds one more there on the Raider, actually. Boro being utilized well. Seems like FoCuS forgot about the dust. But still, the forces are dwindling very quickly for MichaeL. And FoCuS is just standing strong, powering through more and more units. And now, Shadowhunter being focused next, but next to his shop. This shop also so good. I love this early shop positioning by FoCuS at the expansion. You put the shop down at the expansion, and if there's one thing going well for you in the late game, you're just Tiny Great Hall. I mean, yeah. MichaeL's army is evaporating. No more statues, no more sustain, no more banshees, no more curse, no more mana, no more spells, no more chances. GG. And I can more and more understand why Happy is always going for this 45 to 50 supply expansion. Because you already have the counter expo ready for when the Orc goes for his tiny. Only Happy can beat FoCuS in Orc versus Undead. Seems like you haven't seen 1-2-0. 1-2-0 can do that as well. Yeah, the more I see matches in this matchup, the more I think the 50 supply under the expansion is the way to go. One thing that also has to be mentioned, this early game was really good for the Blade, but he was given this free early game. He was given the chance to go to the Ogre Magi right away, then steal the claws, then steal the claws again. If you go for the Fast Fiend late hero opening, the Blade Master is just free to do whatever he wants, basically, in the early stages. Which is one of the big reasons why we don't see the Fast Fiend opening much anymore. I just don't think it's the correct way to play this anymore. But MichaeL going back to somewhat old school strategy. Perhaps he's gonna now return to the more meta build, which I would recommend. Update, by the way. Blade defeated 14 Sway with 2-0. And now it's Blade versus Romantic in round number 4. Can DK stop Blade Master from getting level 3? Normally, yes. With good skeleton scouting and stuff on the map, you should be able to prevent level 3. Which I think is also a good way to play the early game. As Shadowhunter won't be able to solo creep so easily. That's the big strength for Orc in the mid game. If both DK and Blade Master get level 3, the Blade Master loves to leave his second hero alone and go roaming, but the DK can't really let the Lich solo creep. It's too risky, and it's also too slow. So I think if both players get slowed down in the early, I think that's the preferred way of the game to go for the undead. But that is only really doable if you play a fast hero opening. Oh, that overlay is definitely wrong. There we go. FoCuS showing up in full force today. He not only won every single one of his games, well, okay. I was about to say he smashed every single one of his games, but in the one game against Night Elf earlier on Concealed, there he found himself in a lot of trouble. However, he still came back. Alright, and MichaeL is switching it up. He's going for the Ted Fiend build, which is definitely the way to go. FoCuS, as we all know, much like all the orcs out there, love stacking up on the Blade Master. Claws over here, slippers over here, circle at the shop, and maybe some claws plus 12. Maybe some, what's it called? Boots of Quel'Thalas, that's right. When I saw FoCuS here playing before against Undead, it felt like he prioritized this camp heavily, early on tier 2 with the second hero, which I think is a really smart idea, because there's no bad drops from this camp. Every single one is good. And I think MichaeL should try to contest this. Get level 2 somewhere, but then be aggressive. Slow down the Blade. Don't give him a free level 3. And with tier 2, when you have 3 Fiends plus the Lich with Frost Armor, you can actually contest the map really well. At the very least, until there's Raider with Ensnare. But even then, you can still contest the map. So it's a lot about movement, a lot about positioning, and a lot about gathering experience, of course, and items. This first item here, FoCuS won't be happy about. Gets the one bad one, the Ring of Protection, which is actually not that bad, but it's not damage. MichaeL's starting off with Ghoul Creep here, single Ghoul Creep to quicken up this process of the first camp. He gets the claws. Very good find for him. Oh no. Oh, he's playing his 4 Ghoul build again. I was very critical of this build for a long time. Still am. His plan here is to go 4 Ghoul. This is nice for the first creep, for faster creeping and the fast tech as well. He's gonna go for a Shade later, which is decent for Blade Master vision and stuff. But it means that your first Fiend is out very late, and you're probably gonna be teching on only 2 Fiends. This means your early game and mid game presence is pretty poor.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, DK power creeping as quick as he can around his main base, so he's gonna claim the Ogre Magi here. Again, no attempt, as it seems, by MichaeL to slow down the blade. Items are not that great. Alright, so FoCuS, master of creeping. Can he lightning shield creep something now? With 2 grunts, maybe you can lightning shield creep this camp. You can actually lightning shield creep the gold mine, now that I think of it. But MichaeL finds him at the gold mine. With some ghouls moving out. Right, I like that, at least, bringing some ghouls from the main.
Attack.
You don't always have to have all of them on lumber. And this is actually pretty good. The fact that both heroes met over here, and the Blade Master isn't just continuing to creep. Again, he's not getting level 3. He's not gonna have level 2 Windwalk right when he hits tier 2, because tier 2 is about to be reached. Boom, there we go! Shadowhunter second, tier 3 rush. Bestiary is usually the way this goes.
A player's forces
Alright, FoCuS switching it up a little bit, going for the Bestiary before the tier 3. But tier 3 will still be coming very quickly. MichaeL is a little bit slower, but not by much. And he's actually going up to 3 Fiends. I think that's the right call. And the Lich coming out as well. What are the Grunts doing? Alright, find the Scouting Acolyte. Losing that one is a little bit annoying for MichaeL because he wants to turn that into a Shade ideally. Oh, may actually save it. Does actually save the Acolyte. So is he going for tier 3 before Slaughterhouse? Looks like it. No dust on the DK. Wow, that's really greedy. That's a big last hit. Lots of experience. MichaeL was pretty... not that good at earlier on preventing these last hits from the Blade. Blade's gonna get the Acolyte as well. So close to the safety of the base, but no. Will be getting taken out. Here is the Shadowhunter creeping his favorite first camp for the instant level 2. And yeah, the tier 3 of course on the way. Same for MichaeL. Did get a dust now, by the way. And did reveal the blade. Does so now. So, after level 2, is it time for the Merchant again? This is what we saw earlier. Blade Master, not level 3. This is the big deal.
A player's forces are under attack.
And I like this by MichaeL. He's contesting this camp, however. This camp isn't really easy to creep for either of these guys. It's a lot of damage, but also a big item. You want to be the one to claim it. Blade Master, 1 Windwalk left only, and it seems like MichaeL is claiming this camp. MichaeL saw that the Windwalk was used, so he's trying to play around the duration. The duration is now over. But here's the first raider. Does he have a snare? Yes, he does. MichaeL should bring ghouls right now. There we go. Bring them. I think MichaeL's playing a pretty good game here. Like, actually, a really good game. Getting from the shop. He wants the invul, I guess? Yeah, gets the invul as well. Boro coming in early. And no dust here on the orc side. There is no dust in the shop either. Oh, Coil misses, thanks to the crit. That was the last Windwalk for the Blade Master, though. And FoCuS isn't really in the best fighting shape just yet. Going for the ghouls right away. Oh, that's Throw the Beast, though. That's a lot of damage on this undead side. And that scroll will definitely claim now the Overseer, finally. Who we've been tangoing for a long time. Guathala's boots.
A player's forces are under attack.
Good for the Dark Ranger, and more importantly, kept away from the Blade Master. I wonder if these Quel'Thala's boots now impacted the third hero choice. If perhaps it would have been Pit Lord before, but now he's going for Dark Ranger, maybe. Alright, how greedy is FoCuS? Is he really going for the tiny right away? No. And that was a good early game, good mid game for MichaeL. It was disruptive. It wasn't the free level 3 Blade Master. It wasn't just the middle given to the Orc with a big item drop. I like it. I think MichaeL did a really solid job here so far. But of course, it's far from over. The marketplace creep will now go to FoCuS. Dark Ranger brings in the Orb of Corruption. We do not have a Temple of the Damned. Or do we? No. Oh, Red Camp by MichaeL. That's a big drop, of course. Big item. Can be a game changer. Only one item really is a game changer. That's the Catgus Pipe. Oh, Illusion Scout. Is this going to dissuade now, MichaeL? Doesn't seem like it. Item for FoCuS. What was it? He sold it right away. So it wasn't that good. He's running over with the scroll speed. I don't think it's in time, though. By the way, look how slow the Blade Master is. Is it level 1 Windwalk? Oh, he did go for level 2 crit. This is why he's so slow. Oh, he did arrive in time. And why didn't MichaeL focus on the Reaver? Why did he kill the small guys first? That's a very questionable decision. There is a dust here, so Boro won't keep these fiends too safe for too long. Nova coming in against the first Raider. That one is dead. Traded for a fiend though, but there comes a coil before the kill. Splitting isn't really there, but one more Raider is about to die. Kills him off with a Nova. The Lich now out of mana. DK doesn't get stomped here. Can still go for the coil. Hex against it though, but there is the Invul. Invul purchase now coming in big, but two fiends still about to die. There's another dust, and that is a double kill. 1-2 on the fiends. Takes him out quickly. No curse being here, still an issue. Purge coming in as well against this fiend. That's going to be the next kill. 2 Raiders were only lost, right? It seems like there wasn't quite enough damage on MichaeL's side. Dark Ranger still in a bit of trouble. There's one more coil. It's all about the mana over here. TC gets level 2. That's nice now for the aura. Blade Master was dropping low, but he had that greater healing potion from earlier. Now comes the Stomp with a couple of crits. This DK could be falling. But he's going to TP out. He even morphed a Destroyer there against the Hex if it was necessary. But it wasn't necessary. In the meantime, expansion coming up for FoCuS.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, in the triple hero versus triple hero fights, I just don't think you can play without Banshees, man. I think you need the Banshees. Helm of Valor for the Blade Master. Pretty nice. More health, more damage. And a bit more armor. But now with having morphed the first Destroyer, maybe MichaeL is feeling forced to go all in on Destroyers. Seems like that is the case. At the moment, not too much piercing damage anti-air available to FoCuS just yet. But that could change very quickly. Berserkers produce very fast. Oh, and the TC is going to be level 3. There is the counter to the TC with the Dark Ranger. But after the first silence, the Stomps are going to hit big, probably.
A town is under siege.
Lich did get level 3. That's a big one. DK level 4 is... I guess he goes Death Pact. Maybe he doesn't. Lots of armor. So,
player's forces are under attack.
Goes Aura level 2. Okay. That can be dangerous. Oh, and 2 freebies. 1 Fiend and 1 Ghoul intercepted. That's a great start to this fight for FoCuS. Sitting at 50 himself. MichaeL slightly below. And Snare's coming. Crit against the Lich. A crit and a Purge at the same time. RNGesus on FoCuS' side. Big Stomp as well. That's a level 2 Stomp. That lasts quite a long time. And the cooldown is short. The Stomp is ready. And the next Fiend is going to be dying. Oh, never mind. Coil coming in. Just barely in time. And the TC is gonna fall now. Way too far forward. No invul, and the third hero is dead. It's a level 3 hero hitting the deck. No new dust bought by FoCuS either, so the Burrow can once again come into effect. And this might be MichaeL now turning this. The Shadowhunter is out of mana mostly, but he has the mana potion still. So he can pop that for more healing. And of course healing is required. Reveal coming in from the lab, so now he does have the detection against the Burrow. And the Blade Master will pick off the pieces. Never mind. Next Burrow and next Reveal coming in. Lich was in trouble. Gets the coil there though. One coil left only for the DK, and he doesn't have a mana potion. Seems like in this extended fight once again, FoCuS is securing the upper hand for himself. Even now with his Zeppelin saves coming in. Going for the units first, going for the heroes after, as there's basically no units left anymore now. Dark Ranger with a crit, she's gonna be falling. And Snare, couple of right clicks. Not even a crit required. That's level 4 now for the Blade. And more kills for FoCuS, sitting at 50 supply, 51 here. Nice save on the Lich, just barely keeping him alive. But Expo's running. Mass production for FoCuS is online. And with the Purge, he's getting the statue as well. But no Purge. Here comes the temple. Finally. But I think that's just way too late. Blade Master once again with a good bit of bonus damage. So how much is this? 80 damage max. So 3 times multiplier. 240 crits, possibly. Not bad. FoCuS would love to go for the red cam, but I don't think he has the time. Or does he? As MichaeL is coming in towards the expansion. One last attempt. He's down by 15 supply, though. He's gonna have to micro like crazy. The Dark Ranger is level 3 for the level 2 Dark Minions. This is really good. But again, a freebie grabbed up here by FoCuS. The statue way too far up front. Might be getting taken out right away. Spirit Link now coming in. No destroyers in the air. And again, destroyers would be a bad idea anyways against so many berserkers. Blade Master still plenty of mana left. Could move in forward here aggressively with the Windwalk. But units are dying anyways. Quickly enough it seems. Critical Strike coming out. No curse on the Blade. Curse was on autocast, so I used it on the raiders and stuff. So that wasn't ideal. But I mean, honestly, FoCuS, his army was too big. This fight could not be won. TC comes back with one stomp to finish off the Dark Ranger. Couple more hits. Oh, the coil doesn't land thanks to the next crit. GG. And FoCuS takes this 2-0.